The title and author: In Another Country by Ernest Hemingway.
Setting: published in 1926, the short story In Another Country by Ernest Hemingway is set in Milan, Italy, most probably during World War One. Hemingway fought in World War One.
The theme of In the Other Country by Ernest Hemingway is the psychological and physical drama of war and how it affects soldiers and their relationship.
Main character is an unnamed American soldier who is receiving physical therapy for a knee injury he sustained in the war.
The major is a stoic war veteran. The captain is outgoing. The lieutenant is emotional. And the Italy girl is caring.
The story begins with the soldier narrator describes his daily routines of visiting a Milan hospital for physical therapy. He introduced the setting, character, the themes of war, trauma, and discovery that will be explored in the story.
The narrator and other soldier receiving physical therapy from the doctor using a machine. The narrator becomes skeptical of the doctor treatment when he observed that the same machine is used on all patients regardless of their injury. The doctor showed them photographs of other soldiers who had received the same treatment and recovered, but the narrator feels detached and starts to question the war and his own sacrifices. The story ends with the realization that he is unable to fully connect with the world around him because of the emotional wound he carried from the war.
The narrator and the major go to the hospital every afternoon for physical therapy to treat their war injury. The narrator is resigned to the therapy, while the major is hopeful and dedicated to it. Despite their different attitudes, both are united by their shared experience for war and its physical toll.
The answer number 2. The narrator and the boy are all the same age. The boys initially befriend the narrator, but when they find out how he got his medal, they turn away from him. The narrator's relationship with the boy who wears a handkerchief is different, as he is also an outsider due to his figural nose.
The narrator and the other soldier may have suffered emotional and psychological wounds, and the machine used in their physical therapy represent both hope and despair. The machine may symbolize the harsh reality of war and the dehumanization of soldiers, highlighting the complex nature of their experiences.
The answer number 4. The best news is Major White passed away from pneumonia. He overwhelmed with emotional and unable to recite. While trauma hindered his memory, he wished he died in terms of his wife.
The narrator finds out that the doctor used the same machine on all patients, making him question the effectiveness of his treatment. The photograph may affect his opinion of the war and his experiences, but also make him feel like just another anonymous soldier. The narrator thus suggests he may struggle to find meaning and purpose in his future, grappling with physical and emotional wound, and questioning the value of his sacrifices.
The author opens the story with a series for sensory detail that effectively set the sense and immerse the reader in the story. The use to sensory detail such as the cold, empty, silent square, the big guns, and the pair, still face of the soldier and create an vivid and evocative atmosphere that immediately draws the reader in. These comparisons portray an young man as far skilled and dangerous, but also suggest that they are being used as tools by those in power. The comparisons also affect the reader's view of the narrator and it levies this admiration for the young man and his belief that they are above the rest of the soldier. This suggests that the narrator may also aspire to be like them, or that lead to be recognized as an exceptional soldier himself.
The narrator coped his injury and rehabilitation by maintaining emotional detachment and introspection, allowing him to maintain control over his experiences. This differs from the method recommended by the reading focus, which suggests physical activity and social connection. However, the narrator coping mechanism is valid and effective for him.
The answer number 9. In the opening paragraph of the story, the repeat words and images include the machine, the war, the manor, the hospital, the major, and not to be effaced. There is also a repetition of the sentence structure with several sentences beginning with in the fall, in the race fall, and in the winter. These elements contribute to the story moods of sadness, loneliness, and distressment. The repeat words and images create a sense of monotony and routine, as if the characters are stuck in an endless cycle of war and suffering.
In another country, Hemingway's style is spare and dialect, and this use of understatement and implication serve to emphasize the story's themes of loss, disillusionment, and the human cost of war.